Imagine that you hate cooking, and so you want to find a way to make it as quick as possible. Should you A, get a food processor to help you with all the cutting, or B, get roller skates so you can more quickly go to the fridge to get new food? Think about this for a while, and I'll get back to it later. In this setting here today, I don't need to convince any of you that the forest industry will play a great role in the transition to a more sustainable future. This transition will require technological advancements in terms of both products and processes. I'm a process guy, so I'd like to talk about one of the key processes when it comes to functionalizing wood, the kraft pulp process. During kraft pulping, the wood chips are surrounded by a liquor of cooking chemicals. These chemicals need to then penetrate into the wood to reach the lignin that is holding the fibers together. There, they can react with the lignin to cleave the bonds and make it soluble. Once soluble, the lignin can then be removed from the fibers, and all that remains are the fibers from which we make our products. Now, with globally increasing demands for energy and material efficiency, we need to find new ways to optimize this process. So, where should we start? Let me now go back to my initial kitchen question. I imagine many of you would think it's wiser to get the food processor. I mean, the fridge is usually right next to you, so you don't spend too much time going back and forth to it anyway, right? Similarly, in past pulp research, the focus has been on the lignin reactions, since the transport of cooking chemicals and dissolved lignin has been assumed to be so fast anyway. My research has been to revisit these mechanisms to see if this is really the case. With a new type of computational modeling paired with lab-scale reactor experiments, we have been able to show that the transport of the dissolved lignin is actually much slower than what is usually assumed. In other words, perhaps the fridge isn't right next to you, but rather a kilometer away. And then all of a sudden, those roller skates start to make a bit more of a sense, right? So, it turns out that we still don't fully understand this process that's been known for over 150 years. But if we can continue to improve our understanding, we can find new ways to tweak the process, such as whatever the industrial equivalents of roller skates are, and in that way, we can take one step further towards a more sustainable future. Thank you.